If you're less than 1 year out of the military, please watch this for your VA disability claim. I just met somebody active duty at the dental office today who had no idea what I was talking about. This crap is important. You people need to do your research.
Hey, how you doing? I'd like to file for disability. When should I file? It's my last year in the military. When is the best time to file?
Yes, sir. When you're at your 180 to 90 day window before you get out of the military, you need to file your VA disability claims. So that way you fall under the BDD program, which is Benefits Delivery at Discharge. So after about a month or two, when you get out of the military, you'll start getting your VA disability benefits. If you don't do that in that window and you file after you get out of the military, you're not going to be put at the top of the list as like a primary contender for getting your VA disability processed. And it's going to take over a year for you to get your disability claim processed because there's such a big backlog in the system.
Okay, great. Nice to know. I would like to file for this, and this, but I never go to the doctor ever. So I have no record of it. What will I have to do because of that?
Yes, sir. You really should have been. You should have been going to the doctor the whole time you've been in the military, because since you have really no proof through the military or any kind of diagnosis, now you're going to have to get a nexus letter, which is something you got to get through a private lender, and you're going to have to fork out some money to this private lender to tell the military that you actually have this condition. You don't really need a nexus letter ever when it comes to VA disability if you already have a diagnosis through the active duty military and a list of you attending the doctor through the military. So you can save money that way, because we already see that you're already diagnosed from the active duty military, so your claim will most likely get processed.
Okay, well, I wish I would have just went to the doctor over the years, so that way I didn't have to throw out any extra money to try to prove my case, but, I screwed myself, so.
That's for all the VA people that want tips and shit like that to get 100% VA. Please listen clearly. So first, bro, document what the fuck is wrong with y'all. Like, yo, document your issues. I don't understand. Listen, this is not 1950. I don't care what you think about me going to sick call. I don't care about how many appointments you think that I shouldn't go to. Bro, I got a family, and my family come first. My body come first. My health come first. I'm going to document whatever the fuck I feel. If I wake up tomorrow morning and I got migraines, I'm going to sick hall the next day for migraines. If my back hurt, I'm going for back issues. I don't care. If I burn myself at the house, I'm going the next day to sick hall for the burn that I got on my right leg, my left leg, because it happened while I'm on active duty. Y'all gotta document this shit, man. That's the problem. And then when you go to your CMP exam, talk about how you feel on your worst day. Not your best day, your worst day. Talk about how you feel on your worst day. And documentation. That's how you will get 100% documentation. And then you go into your CMP exam and you say the right verbiage, and you tell them how you feel on your worst day. Don't come in there jumping around. Don't go in there jogging, because once you hit that parking lot, trust me, they are watching you. So, documentation, and you need to talk about how you feel on your worst day in the Army and how it's affecting your life. You, your family outside of the Army. How it's affecting your whole life. And you should get 100%. Trust me, man. Mental health is big, and sleep apnea, get all that. Big turn.
So I want to tell you guys something that most people will not tell you that's in the military, if anybody at all. Something that I wish I would have known before I transitioned out of the Navy. There's many things that you should know before getting out of the military, but I'm going to talk about one very, very important thing. Before you make the decision to transition out of the military, when you first get in the military, let's just say that, whether you are deciding to join the military or if you're already in, make sure you go to medical. Go to medical for everything from the top to the bottom of your body. Go to medical. Do not let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let nobody scare you into not going to medical. When you're in basic training, if you're hurting, anything's bothering you, if you have an accident, if you fall, I don't care if you scrape your elbow, go to medical. Go to medical to get it documented. That's the key thing. You want to get it documented. However, I'm not saying when you're like in basic training or OCS or anything like that, I'm not saying go to medical and fall behind on your training, because that's not going to do you no good. You're going to get, you know, either recycled or booted out, you know. But what I'm saying is you want to make sure that you document every little injury, every little pain, every little incident that you happen, because you don't want to be one of those people where you get out of service and let me use my situation for example. Like right now I have a back issue. For those who don't really watch my channel, may not know that I had surgery on my spine, my lower spine. And I didn't know that, you know, my back would get worse. Like I had back pain when I was going through training. I had an incident when I was in training where I hurt myself doing the deadlift. And I did a lot of self-treatment because I didn't want to go to medical, because they always preach, don't go to medical about, I don't know. They used to always try to, you know, deter you away from going to medical. But you want to make sure you go. I don't care what it is. When you have time, go to medical. Like, go to medical, because it will save you later for, you know, if you get out or when you get out and something goes wrong with your body, you want to be able to have that documented in your service record so that you can file that claim with the VA. Because it's going to be very, very hard to gather up evidence and proof so that you can get your VA claim. I see that happen to a lot of people, including myself. I'm currently in that situation as we speak. So you will have to gather up. I will talk later on in this video about what you can do if you didn't go to medical, the things you can do to help you try to build that evidence. You want to make sure that you set yourself up, you know, to succeed even when you get out, because I personally feel like everybody who served their country should get some type of VA disability. Like, there should be an automatic somewhat percentage. I don't care if it's 20%. Like, it should be an automatic, because just mental health by itself, being in the military, is a lot. A lot of people go through or battle with mental health, anxiety, stress. You know, if you're in the Army or the Marines, that by itself, the training is a lot, you know, on your feet, women, for our hips, lower back, things like that. It's a lot. Like, some of them things should be, you know, easy to claim for a VA, because a lot of people deal with it. A lot of people, you know, have that same issue. But I see a lot of people who get out and they start having back problems, and it's hard to prove that, okay, how do we know this is not due to your civilian job or your personal life? You know, they'll try to make it seem like it's not due to the military, you know, if you don't have that evidence in your service record. So that's why you never know. Like, with my situation, I didn't know that I had a bad back. Yeah, I injured myself during OCS. I self-treated. The problem kept coming off and on, but then over time, little did I realize it was worsening. The more harsh training I was doing, the worse my back was getting, and I didn't even know it. So that's why if I would have went to medical, and then once I got out of training, my back situation happened, I would have had it documented. It would have been a easy, you know, easy evidence, easy to prove. But now I'm in a situation where I have to get, you know, doctor's notes from my personal doctor, especially with your reserves. That's where it is hard as well. But like I said, whether you're reserve or active duty, you want to have it in your service record while you're in training. If you're a reserve and you're going through training, training is active duty. Training is active duty. When you're going through basic training, that's active duty because you're there full time. I went to OCS, that's active duty. BOLIC, that's active duty. Any full-time orders is active duty. So while you're on active duty, utilize that time to go to medical. So yeah, like reserves, you know, even if I hurt myself at drill, I would have to get something called what is it? I think it's called the LED, something like that. I'll put it on the screen, but you'll have to get something like that, like an incident report, you know. But with my back, it just something that just boom, it escalated like overnight. It just escalated. I went to bed one day, woke up, and I could barely walk. I could barely stand. I was in so much pain. I had to go to the ER, you know, and I had to get an MRI to figure out what's going on. And I'm like, wow, this happened from my injury, but I did not go to medical. And I'm so upset with myself because had I known then what I know now, I wouldn't have to go through the struggle that I'm currently going through. I have to fight. I have to fight so hard for what I deserve. All because I didn't go to medical. So yeah, like I can't stress it enough how important it is to go to medical. If you got a headache, go to medical. If you got a sore throat, go to medical. If you fall and bump your elbow, go to medical. I don't care if it's the pettiest thing, go to medical. I'm gonna talk about this in another video more in depth of what you should do if you did not go to medical and you're trying to get a VA claim service connected. I'm gonna mention it here in the video, but I'm gonna get more in depth of what you need to do. You will need to get a strong, powerful nexus letter, and you will need to get witness statements, and you can write a personal statement as well. That's what I did, explaining your situation, why you didn't go to medical, all that. So yeah, I will make another video about that more in depth for you guys if you're in that situation. But yeah, I hope this video helped you out. I just wanted to give this information because people don't tell you this when you're in. People do not tell you this. Some people, you may get lucky, and you know, some people go to medical not even knowing that this is going to help them later. Some people know somebody that, you know, give them the gems, like, hey, go to medical, you know. But I never like understood all this VA stuff when I was in the Navy. I didn't understand all of it. I didn't have somebody to tell me this, you know. So I got out of the Navy and, you know, I had issues and stuff like that, but I didn't go to medical for it. So when I rejoined the Army, I still didn't know. When I hurt myself during OCS, I still didn't know until it was too late, until after my training was over. And then unfortunately, you know, my back escalated to where it's at now. I had to have surgery. I had to go to physical therapy. I had to take a lot of medications. Like, I'm limited to a lot of things that I can do. And if I would have only went to medical, like I said, I wouldn't be going through the struggle of trying to get my VA claim service connected. So yeah, I hope this helped you. If nobody told you, I'm telling you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.